but George Pickens not expected to play for the Steelers. So, Heath, when you look at the passing game here, taking on a really good Eagles defense, Russell Wilson's been great. Back-to-back games with over 20 fantasy points. Can you trust Russell Wilson, and is there anybody who steps up here in place of George Pickens taking on Philadelphia's defense?
I really hope that I do not need to start a Pittsburgh Steeler, period, against the Philadelphia Eagles. Their defense has been fantastic. I don't trust Calvin Austin. Mike Williams had 16.7% target share. So did Scott Miller. That is terrible. I don't want to trust any of those guys. The one guy in the passing game maybe would be a Pat Freiermuth, but really his has just been touchdowns. The target volume hasn't been there. We don't have anyone on a bye. I don't really want to start him either. Najee Harris, probably the best start for the Steelers, but he's just a low-end number 2 running back. I am not sure the Steelers score more than one offensive touchdown in this game.
Robert, how do you view the backfield there for Pittsburgh? Because Najee has been involved in the passing game. We've also seen Jalen Warren obviously do a good job catching the ball in the backfield. And for what it's worth, for the last 5 weeks, the Eagles have been number 6 in most receptions allowed to running backs. A lot of that was the Austin Eckler game when he had 8 catches against them when Washington and Philadelphia met. But how do you feel about Harris and Warren in this matchup?
I feel really strong about the Steelers' backfield. Harris has had a good season so far this year, and it seems like he's getting better as the season has progressed. And Jalen Warren, he's just one play away from breaking it big. And so I feel like Najee Harris is more like an RB2 guy, Jalen Warren more like a flex. But I definitely feel comfortable if I have to start either one of those 2 backs this week.
Yeah, you would expect the Steelers to lean on those 2 guys given the situation with the receiving core. And again, Pickens has not been ruled out, but just considered unlikely to play, dealing with that grade 2 hamstring injury that caused him to miss the Week 14 game for Pittsburgh. So we'll see what happens the rest of the week in practice. Jonathon Brooks was placed on IR, suffering the second ACL tear in his right knee. He suffered the first one in his final year of college at Texas, and then just an unfortunate situation to see him going down, non-contact injury for the Panthers last week against Philadelphia. So, Robert, when you look at the situation there, just give your thoughts on the young man and what his future holds, second ACL tear in 2 years, and then just your thoughts on Chuba Hubbard now being the go-to guy once again for the Panthers. It looked like there may be a split backfield rest of season, but now Hubbard back in that featured role.
Yeah, the injuries suck, man. I faced a torn ACL in college and able to bounce back from that. But as a pro, back-to-back injuries, 2017, 2018, which essentially ended my career. And so he's a young football player, just getting started. So I think his future is still bright. I would encourage him to practice patience now that he's done this the second time on the same knee. So you don't rush to get back, even if you have to sit out an entire season before coming back again. That's the advice from running back to running back that I would give Jonathon Brooks. That's what I did when I was in college. I could have came back that next season. I chose to sit out, use my red shirt. That way I felt like myself coming back the following year, had a good season, and then ended up getting drafted. But I still think the future is bright for Jonathon Brooks. They just have to be patient with him. As far as Chuba Hubbard is concerned, he's the back for now and the back for the future, the near future at least, for the Carolina Panthers. He had a big-time season this year. He's proven that he can be consistent. He's proven that he can do all the things that are required to be a running back. And as a fantasy manager, you love what he was able to produce as well. I know some of us were trading him in hopes that Jonathon Brooks, or in thoughts that Jonathon Brooks is going to come back and maybe take some of those carries. So I still think the future is bright for Chuba Hubbard as well.
Heath, just in terms of the dynasty value for Jonathon Brooks, where are you at with him right now?
So he was pretty much a top 12 running back for me all season long. I thought he was the best running back in this class. But I think what Robert said was kind of a key. Like, he may not play next year. And so when you take that into account, you can't view him inside of the top 15 dynasty running backs. I'd have a hard time having him inside of the top 20, more of a low-end number 2. He is someone that is kind of hard to value for whether you're a contender or a rebuilder. Because if you're contending next year, you probably don't want to roster Jonathon Brooks. He's probably not going to help you. And as a rule, if you're rebuilding, if you're building for 2026 or beyond, you really kind of want to do that with quarterbacks and wide receivers and then figure your running backs out when you're ready to compete. So I do think this is a pretty massive hit to his dynasty value. But I agree also with Robert. Like, we get to 2026, I still believe in his talent as a running back.
All right, so hopefully we'll see what the Panthers look like by that point. Clearly the quarterback situation is still a little bit up in the air, although Bryce Young's played fantastic over the last month. Will the coach still be there? But hopefully the health for Jonathon Brooks will be there as well. A couple other news items before we preview Thursday Night Football. Colts getting healthy with Josh Downs practicing on Wednesday. Hopefully he's good to go in that matchup against the Broncos. The Bills getting a couple of guys back with Dalton Kincaid and Keon Coleman practicing on Wednesday. So Josh Allen getting more reinforcements. And the Giants are going to start Tommy DeVito at quarterback this week. Drew Lock is dealing with an injury, his walking boot. So DeVito will be the one taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Good luck to you, Tommy.